Welcome to our channel, where we update the most shocking episodes of the Beyond the Gates series. In today's video, let's explore a shocking secret that is shaking Bill's world, a truth that, if exposed, will cause everything he has worked hard to build for decades to collapse in the blink of an eye. And the most important thing is that this truth is being held in the hands of a smart, dangerous, ambitious woman and used as a weapon to manipulate, threaten, and even completely control Bill, a man who seems impossible to defeat. It all started when Leslie, who is known to be a cunning and calculating character, suddenly discovered a medical document that seemed to have no great value. But as soon as she saw Eva's name appear next to the DNA results, Leslie's intuition immediately warned that this was something that could change everything. She quietly researched, compared the information, checked every number, every genetic code. And then, the truth appeared clearly and undeniably: Eva was Bill's biological daughter. A truth that was enough to destroy his image of dignity and authority. And at the same time was a powerful tool that could not be valued by money if it fell into the wrong hands. Leslie, instead of making it public immediately, chose to remain silent. She was in no hurry, because she understood clearly, weapons are only valuable when used at the right time. She approached Bill with a cold, decisive attitude, without beating around the bush. Simply placing in front of him a piece of paper with the DNA results clearly printed on it, an undeniable proof. Bill was stunned. The man who had once calmed countless crises, defeated countless competitors in the business world, had never felt so cornered as he did now. He knew what was going on, and the price he would pay if it became public knowledge. Leslie began to demand conditions. Huge sums of money were transferred periodically. She demanded key positions in major projects one after another. She wanted more than Bill's silence, she wanted control. In her hands was the truth. And she used it like a sharp knife to gradually cut into the shell of power that Bill had built up over the years. Bill's silence was no longer an option, but became the only shell he could cling to keep things from falling into chaos. Bill, who was not easily subdued, initially chose to give in. He transferred money, carried out requests, and even let Leslie appear by his side at some major events to distract public opinion. But all of that made him feel humiliated. The feeling of being controlled, of being pulled by the strings like a puppet, made Bill fall into a state of mental disorder. He could not share anything with anyone, even the closest person. And what hurt him the most was that Eva, the girl he had never known, was present in his life without knowing about that blood relationship. Bill could not get close, could not protect, could not accept his daughter. He could only stand from afar and watch Eva's life, silently worrying, silently tormenting. Eva still worked carefree, pursued her ideals, believing that she was independent, mature and not influenced by anyone. But that carefreeness made Bill even more heartbroken. He did not know that in the past years, he had let his daughter live without an important part, the love and protection from her biological father. And now, when he wanted to correct his mistakes, when he wanted to extend his arms to protect her, he was forced to stand still. Because if he admitted, Leslie would not hesitate to make everything public. Such a scandal would not only sink him, but also ruin Eva's brilliant life. Meanwhile, Leslie became more and more daring. She began to appear in many internal decisions, put her people in strategic departments, and quietly gained real power from within. She did not need a title, she just needed control. And when everything was in her hands, Leslie began to lead Bill the way she wanted. Some partners close to Bill began to feel puzzled by the unusual decisions. Some insiders suspected that Bill was being manipulated by someone. But no one dared to speak up. Because Bill was still an untouchable symbol of power. Only Bill knew that he was being suffocated, and only he knew that the name Leslie was the biggest threat in his life. Unable to bear it any longer, Bill began to fight back. He hired a detective to follow Leslie, collecting information about her relationships, assets, and shady behavior. He hired a team of independent lawyers to analyze every detail of the transactions between the two to find legal loopholes. But Leslie was not easy to defeat. She was one step ahead. sending copies of the DNA results to safe places, locking the information with multiple layers of security. She also secretly planted people in Bill's team, monitoring every movement, neutralizing all resistance intentions right from the beginning. In that context, Eva began to have doubts. She felt that Bill treated her too strangely, not in a negative way, but in a reserved, worried, even strangely affectionate way. The looks, the messages without head or tail, made Eva feel something unclear. She begins to investigate her mother's past, searching for gaps in her father's past. And the deeper Eva digs, the more she finds strange coincidences between the time of her birth and her mother's past relationship with Bill. The truth is getting closer to Eva than ever. She doesn't know she's the daughter of one of the most powerful men in the city, but the clues are becoming clearer. And what makes the situation even more tense is Leslie. If Eva discovers the truth before Bill can tell her, Leslie's plan will fall apart. But if Leslie makes everything public, Eva could be deeply hurt. So Leslie is on the thin line, wanting to control Bill while skillfully keeping the secret from leaking before she wants it. Bill, in a moment of desperation, almost breaks the silence. But then, he stops. Because he understood that if he did, he would not only lose his reputation but also hurt Eva, making her lose faith in everything. The battle between morality and power exhausted Bill, and Leslie, with her coldness, still did not let go. She was getting closer and closer to the center of power. She had controlled Bill, and now was gradually taking over the entire system behind him. The question is, how long will Bill be patient? When everything is pushed to the limit, when the secret cannot be hidden forever, will Bill accept the truth to explode? Or will he have a sudden counterattack, strong enough to pull Leslie down from the stage of power and regain what belongs to him, including the right to be a father? Everything is approaching the point of explosion. Once Eva knows the truth, every relationship, every conspiracy, every battle of wits will change forever. Thank you for watching the dramatic content of Beyond the Gates with our channel. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any shocking developments in the next episodes.